Jacaranda FM.
Lekota, the leader of COPE, is with us this morning. It's a pleasure to welcome him to the show. I gotta ask you this now. They switched off your microphone in Parliament, and there's a lot more you wanted to say. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So what we wanted to do is just to bring you in this morning. There's a lot of things we're going to be talking about. Maar ek wou eerstens net gehoor het wat jy verder wou sê. This was Lekota in Parliament. They're debating farmer tax. This is what he had to say. Just this leading up to your mic being switched off.
Whether you are black or white, whether you are COPE or EFF,
Honorable
whether
Lekota,
you are Freedom Front
your
Plus or
time
not,
is now
we
expired.
cannot allow you to say the things which will make South Africans kill
Honorable
each other.
Lekota,
This I reject.
your time is
I'm
expired.
not yet finished, and I'm worried about my time is getting.
No, honorable member, your time is expired.
You hear you still going on in the back.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, yeah.
Hoekom was jy so kwaad? Iets het jou getrigger.
It's been for some time that I have observed that the pronouncements that have been made in this country by people, some of whom are members of parliament, about how that white people started off in Europe and decided we are going to Africa to steal the land of the black people. It's a false theory.
Maar jy's doodreg. Ek dink as alle Suid-Afrikaners wat dink soos ek en jy nie opstaan and be more vocal about the fact that we are against racism, that we are against these politicians trying to divide us, we are in for a tough damn time, sir. Eh?
In fact, let me tell you the honest truth. Quite a lot of the people that are sitting in the House in Parliament, who are supposed to be politicians, they don't know where this society comes from. It's not like they, right from the beginning, they want to be liars. They believe nonsense, which is not based on any facts.
Yeah.
And this is the thing I said, we must tell the truth. Tell it before people believe lies.
By ons volgend Lekota, die leier van COPE. Net gou vinnige antwoord, nie 'n lang antwoord, die vinnige antwoord. Mis jy vir Thabo Mbeki?
Baie.
Okay, that says it all. Luister, kom ons hoor wat sê Hannes. Hallo Hannes.
Hi, goeiemôre Rian, gaan dit doen? Span gaan dit goed. Goeiemôre.
Môre meneer.
So is it possible at this late stage for South Africans to move closer together? Wat sê Hannes?
Yeah, definitely. I do think that we can become a unity. I just think we need somebody to stand up in South Africa, not a politician, and educate our people. There's a lot of uneducated people in our country, and genocide is desperately happening, but it's not just under white people. I think there's more black people actually getting murdered than white people currently. So yeah, I think it is possible, but we need somebody to stand up and educate our people.
Thanks, Hannes. Now, Chair, I got Peter on. Peter would completely disagree with that opinion. I think you agreed with the previous caller, eh?
Yes.
Let's hear from Peter. Hello, Peter.
Morning, Rian. How are you?
All right, we're listening to you.
Yes, Rian. I don't think we'll be able to unite, not in our generation. Because on the one side, you've got the president and you've got Malema dividing us from their political points of views. And on the other side, you've got our kids learning what they are teaching them. So the only way we'll unite is if our kids decide this is what they want, and they'll have to make the choice themselves.
Chair?
No, I think that it is wrong to adopt the attitude that the country has no future. What we need in this society is to remove people that are incapable of leading us in the direction Mandela, for instance, was leading. We need to put in place men and women who will provide the kind of lead that takes us in the direction of national reconciliation and building one nation.
With us this morning, pleasure to welcome him, Lekota, leader of COPE. Listen, yesterday's news, Pravin Gordhan being recalled, and he was recalled. Nothing, no other term to use. Do you think that Zuma is really that reckless that he'll fire Pravin Gordhan, that he'll move him out as Minister of Finance? I mean, you know him, you worked with him.
Yeah, look, I must confess that it's very difficult to say what he's going to do, but I do think that for some reason, perhaps unknown to all of us, President Zuma is quite determined to remove him as Minister of Finance. You must remember that after his first term of government, when he reorganized his cabinet, he left him out. And which means already at that time, he had already taken a decision. He did not want him in that position and therefore replaced him. The fact that Minister Gordon was returned to this position was sheer pressure of the leadership of the party and circumstances that surrounded the removal of Minister Nene. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, I got to ask you this, and I remember you said there was a whole process, and obviously we've got limited time that led to you going, I'm starting COPE. We're serving divorce papers on the ANC, and those were the words you used, and you left. But what was the trigger? At what point did the ANC start turning? Because you were a member of the ANC, you spent time in prison. At what point, what triggered this change, and when did this group take over that is all about their own pockets?
Well, really, as far as I'm concerned, it was at Polokwane. There was always indications that there were elements that would not be obedient to the Constitution. This was our difference, was the issue of those who wanted to obey the Constitution as we are supposed to, and those who did not understand the importance of complying with the Constitution and performing government work in keeping with the Constitution and the rule of law. And when, for instance, we were confronted with evidence in the Pietermaritzburg case of Shabir Sheikh that showed that at the time Deputy President Zuma had been involved in what amounted to abuse of public funds and things like that. We took action and we supported President Mbeki in dismissing him as the president of the country. Because if we didn't do that, we would have been seen as endorsing abuse of public confidence and so on. And those who didn't agree with us, when we got to the conference, they were in the majority, they got rid of us and reinstated him. In fact, elevated him to the position of president. And he has pursued.
The Complimentary Breakfast. Jacaranda FM.